Hey everyone, my name is Chloe, and today I'm here to do a video that I am low-key dreading, but also really excited to do. So, I have currently been trying to read my shelves because I just have been like doing a lot of readathons and things that have taken me off my shelves, and I really want to come back to reading the books on my shelf. And so in trying to do that, like I cannot just be like a complete mood reader where I just go to my shelves and just pick, because that feels really overwhelming to me. And so I need some sort of like TBR to keep me going, but like readathons and things so often pull me off my shelves. And so what I'm going to do is something that I've seen a lot of other people do, and I think it's super cool, is a book haul revisit. So I started my channel in December 2019, so right before the pandemic hit. And then in 2020, I did a lot of YouTubing, and because what else do you do? I had a baby during that year, so I was massively pregnant at the time in this video, and yeah, it's just interesting to think about how different May 2020 was than May 2023. So now, 3 years later, I'm curious, have I read the books that I hauled? Did I just put them on my shelf to be shelf art, or what? And what can we do about it? So I'm going to screen record it. And you guys, I am dreading this because my channel was less than 6 months old. Like I said, I was probably 8.5 months pregnant. Things could be embarrassing, but let's just go for it. So we'll see here.
Hey everyone, my name is Chloe, and welcome to the May In and Out. So this is where I tell you all the books I've hauled for the month, and then all the ones I've unhauled, and we just kind of see how it stacks up. Yet again, this one is a little less than great for knocking down my TBR. But I'm happy to say I did not spend a single penny this month. My sister, there's a tag video coming up with her where she talks more about it, but if you see the Zoom In with the Fam, she talks a lot about how she's just kind of in like a minimalist phase where less is more, and she's only keeping the books that she is like sure she'll reread, or authors that she like wants to on their whole backlist. But the majority of her books she's reading and unhauling, which means she has turned into the little book fair. She leaves books at my door all the time, and so all of these books have come from her. So shout out to Alana. I'll link her Instagram down below because she doesn't have a booktube, but she does have.
Okay, can we just pause for a second and say that even 8.5 months pregnant, I was more put together than I am now. But in my defense, I had one kid and a lot more energy, actually, 8.5 months pregnant than I do with 3 little kids. So yes, and my sister and her unhauling, man, it got me good, and I am not really complaining about it, but let's continue.
On Instagram, and so I will link it down below. Go follow her. She is awesome. She reads so much, and she's clearly so generous with her books. I'm so thankful. So I'm going to show you these books, and I'll tell you right now, there's 44 that I'm hauling and only 12 that I'm unhauling. So that looks really, really bad. But I read 29 books off my shelf.
I'm hauling 44 books. You guys, I had thought about like, there's no way that I have read all these. No way.
Month. So stats wise, I'm hauling 44. I took 29 off my shelf by reading it, and then I'm unhauling 1 that I did not read. So that means I'm getting 44, taking 30 off my TBR. So I'm really only getting 14 more on my TBR than I started the month with. So I hope that all makes sense. Let's just get into the books. I'm obviously not going to tell you a whole lot about the books I'm hauling because there's 44. We would be here for days. But let's start with the unhaul stat first. Okay, the first set that I'm unhauling is.
Okay, I'm just going to zoom forward through the unhaul because we don't need to see that. Okay, I'm going to keep this little tally of books that I have read, unread, or unhauled without reading. So let's get into the video.
We've got the Angels trilogy by Lily McDaniel.
I have read this.
Lily McDaniel lately. She is a YA author that typically does some pretty hard-hitting YA, and this is a trilogy of Angels Watching Over Me, Lifted Up by Angels, and Until Angels Close My Eyes. I don't know if all 3 are related or not, but I think that'll be great. The font inside is almost like middle grade. Like, it reads very, very, very fast. So I'm excited to check into these and check out some more Lily McDaniel. Then we've got Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating by Christina Lauren.
I have read this.
I'm really excited. I will be reading this for an upcoming readathon for the book buddy-a-thon, actually. So I will be reading this in June, and I'm very excited. Next is If You Could Go Anywhere by Paige Toon. I don't think I have read Paige Toon. She's one of those authors that I'm very intrigued to try, and I've heard so many good things. I love her covers. I think she just is one of the quintessential kind of chick lit authors, and I'm so excited to give her a shot. Next is The House That Love Built by Beth Wiseman. So this one is a small town romance. She gets divorced.
I have read that.
And then has a kind of second chance at love, and I'm really excited to read this one. I'm going to probably say that about all of them because I am really excited. This stack has been coming slowly but surely over the month, and I've been trying not to read any of them until I get this filmed, and so I am like very eager to read them. This one is A Thousand Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole.
I have read that.
Or I've heard so many people talk about this and say they love it, and my sister did not like it. And her and I typically have very similar tastes, so I am so excited to give this one a shot and see what I think. Next is The Honey Don't List by Christina Lauren. Again, I've heard
I have read that.
You'll see there's quite a few Christina Laurens in here, and I'm so excited because I have only read Love in Other Words, and I love that book. And Christina Lauren is just such a popular writing duet right now that I really want to get more into their backlist, so this one will help with that. Then I have the duology of Forgetting August and
I've read both of those. Gosh, this is doing good.
August, which is the first one for the HEA-a-thon starting June 1st, and then Remembering Everly for the book buddy-a-thon. So both of these will be read in June. Then I have You by Carolyn Kepnes. This one
I've read that, unfortunately.
I've been putting it off, and so I'm going to be reading this one too this month. I will link all of my TBRs for these for HEA-a-thon and book buddy-a-thon down below, so you can see exactly when I'm reading these. But this one I'm so excited to read, and maybe watch the show. I don't know. I always like have high hopes that I'm going to watch the show, and I never do. So
yeah,
that one
never did.
Maybe I'll give it a go. Then I have Monsters, A Love Story by Liz Kay. This one I am really intrigued. It's
I
different than what I normally
think
read. I think it's about a girl who
I
writes
did
books
read
that
this
is like
one.
kind of
I think so.
spin off somehow of Frankenstein, and then somebody wants to make a movie about it. And so it's that story, I guess. I don't know. I've heard it's very fast paced. My sister liked it, and so I'm gonna give it a shot. Then we have another Christina Lauren, Twice in a Blue Moon. Again, cannot wait.
I have read that.
Romances. I know I've heard a lot of less than great things about this, but I love second chance romances enough that maybe I'll be in the minority and really like it. Then Carolina Breeze by Denise Hunter. This one is a brand new release, and my sister Denise Hunter is one of those that
don't
she
think
will always
I've
keep on
read
her shelves,
that.
and she pre-orders and just loves her. And for some reason they sent her 2 copies of this, and so she gave it to me. It's a Bluebell Inn romance. I'm not sure what number of the series. I think maybe number 2, but I don't know for sure. And so I'm going to add this to my stack of Denise Hunter that I will someday get to ASAP actually, because I've heard nothing but good things about her. We've got Jennifer Probst, The Start of Something Good. Again, Jennifer Probst is another author that I have heard so much about and never picked up. I think this one is about a former military.
I'm going to pause that and see. I'm not sure if I've read that. Okay, I was wrong. I have read Carolina Breeze, and I've read this Jennifer Probst.
Military maybe that goes home and then meets a girl, and I don't really know. I am trying to go into my books pretty blind lately just because the synopsis sometimes tells so much that I get these expectations in my head and then they get ruined. So this one, I just know I want to try this author, and it's got one of those like soft buttery covers that I just love. I was reading one of these, not this book, but another one that's got this like velvety buttery cover, and I told my daughter, I said, feel this, doesn't that feel nice? And she like started rubbing her face on it like she was a cat, and I thought, gosh, that's exactly how I feel too. That's awesome. Then we have All the Missing Girls by Megan Miranda. Megan Miranda is yet another author that I really want to try that I have not. And so this one I hope to read.
I'm not sure about
this
this
is a
one.
thriller, so I really don't know anything about it, but I've
Okay,
heard
yep,
nothing but
I
good
have
things
read
about Megan
that
Miranda.
one.
This one I've heard mixed reviews actually, I think, but I'm excited to read it. Then Dark Matter by Blake Crouch.
I have
this
read
one might be
that.
a little departure for me because I know it's kind of sci-fi, but I have avoided any spoilers for this. I've heard a lot of hype, but now it's far enough removed that I don't think the hype is going to ruin it for me. So I'm excited to see what it's all about. My lighting is getting weird because I've got this stack of books growing next to me, so try to take that down a little bit. American Dirt by Jeannie
I've read
Huffins.
that.
This one I have heard is very political, very, very good. Coming up on election season, it might be a weird time to read this, but I am so excited to hear or to read what all the hype's about. Then As Bright as Heaven by Susan Meisner.
I have read that.
This one, I think we are starting to be out of quarantine enough that I would be comfortable reading about this. I also think the Spanish flu was a lot different than what we
May
had.
of
And I think
May
that
of
the fact that we
2020.
have to read
That's
this right
funny.
now, even in the midst of it all, but I am very intrigued, and the Spanish flu is something I don't know a whole lot about, and so I can't wait to read this one. Okay, the floor stack is done, so now let's get on to the TBR card. We have got The Other Woman by Sandy Jones. This is,
I have read that.
about a new wife and the mother-in-law, maybe. I don't know for sure, but I am so excited to read this. I was just watching Gabby Reed's. She did a thriller recommendation slideshow with a bunch of different booktubers, and some of them said this is their least favorite thriller ever, and so I'm a little nervous, but I think I might like it. Then we've got, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my stack is crumbling. At First Sight by Nicholas Sparks. This is another one that I'm going to be reading for the AGA-thon. It's about a guy who lives in the city, whatever. He says he's never going to leave the city, never going to have kids, and then he ends up getting forced and leaves the city and talks about remarriage and kids and all that kind of stuff. Just kind of does a 180.
I'm not sure about this. Holy moly, guys. I've read that one too.
And so I am excited to read this. This is going to fill my small town romance prompt. Nicholas Sparks is somebody that I am very hit and miss with. I'm generally not a huge fan. So we'll see what I think. Next we have 4 different Sarah Morgans. And I think these all fit into the From Manhattan with Love series, but I'm not positive. We've got Holiday in the Hamptons, Sleigh Bells in the Snow, and I think this one might just be a Christmas one. I don't think it fits into the series, but I need to check. Miracle on Fifth Avenue, and Sunset in Central Park. And I think I have read, actually I don't think I've read any of these. Maybe I've read Sleepless in Manhattan, but I know I haven't read any of the others. And so now that I've got them, I'm going to need to binge, because I think I've got the first 4 or 5 now, and so I need to binge.
Okay,
Next,
I don't think I did that.
I have this quartet.
Okay, so I have not read I have not read Holiday in the Hamptons or Sleigh Bells in the Snow, but I have read the other 2. I read through book 3 in that series, and Sleigh Bells in the Snow is not a part of the series.
By Ronnie Warren. I'll just hold the first one because it's the one who got away. This one I think is about there's a school shooting and these people are survivors, and so then they come back together maybe, and it's a romance. I think that's what it's about.
Okay, I
I'm trying
read
to
the
know a
first
lot.
one and
This is
unhauled
I've
the
heard a
other
whole bunch about
3.
from my sister, from a whole bunch of different romance readers, and I cannot wait to get into them. Next, I have When You Disappear by John Mars. I love the one by John Mars. That's the only one I have read.
I have read this.
One, but this one is on his backlist, and I'm so excited to read this. This one does not have the short chapters that he typically does, but it's almost set in like diary entries maybe. There's times and days and stuff, so I still think this is going to be very, very quick. Next, I have The Sister by Louise Jensen. This is a thriller. Again, I don't know a whole lot about it, but I'm very intrigued. Then I have Burial Rites by
I don't think I've read The Sister. Maybe I have. Let's see. Okay, I have not read The Sister, but I have read Burial Rites.
Hannah Kent. This is one that used to be super popular, and again, now I think the hype has died down enough that I would be comfortable reading this. I think it's kind of wintry, so I might save this one for the winter. Then Still Mine by Amy Stewart. This is on
I have read that.
So I will be reading this one soon. This is about a girl who goes to this small town. I think she's running away. She goes to this small town to investigate this murder. She's somehow connected, or missing girl. I don't think it's murder. She's somehow connected to the missing girl, and she's also on the run, so we don't really know what's going on. It's in a mining town, and so I am excited to read this one soon. The Shadow Wife by Diane Chamberlain. I love Diane Chamberlain. I love stories about pregnancy. This one is about a girl who has an aneurysm during birth, which kind of freaks me out, seeing as I'm hopefully days or hours or something away from giving birth. So this one I might wait and read, but sounds very good, very hard-hitting. Love Diane Chamberlain. No Ordinary Life by Suzanne Redfern. This is the story of a mother's fight to protect her children from the dangerous world of Hollywood. So I don't know what this is about. Maybe some child stars. I don't know. The Museum of You. I think this is a YA.
I just unhauled that.
I think this might be a YA. I've also heard it shelved as middle grade, but I'm not really sure. This one I think is about a little girl or a teenage girl maybe, whose mom has died and now she's living with her dad. She's kind of walking on eggshells, and so she is finding out more about her mom, I believe. Then Sisters by Kelly Goetz Gilbert.
I have read that.
This one I think is just a women's fiction about three sisters. It was for free on Kindle, not Kindle Unlimited, but it was a free book on Kindle, and so I bought it on Kindle too. This cover is just kind of cheesy but kind of intriguing, and so if you're interested, go check and see. It may still be free on Kindle. What Was Mine by Helen Klein Ross. This one I think is about a woman who kidnaps a baby and then raises her as her own, and then I'm guessing things all come out that she actually kidnapped a baby, but I'm not really sure. I love thrillers. I love thrillers dealing with kids, and so I'm really excited to see what this one's all about. Next is Dear Thing by Julie Cohen, and this one I think is about a girl who decides to be a surrogate for her friends who can't, they're struggling with fertility, can't get pregnant or can't stay pregnant or something, and so she decides to be their surrogate, and then she gets attached to the baby, and so it's that story. I'm really intrigued to read this. Next is One Last Time by Corinne Michaels. I think this might be a little steamy for my kids, but I don't know. I think this one is about a girl who gets divorced and then kind of starts over and starts celebrity blogging maybe, and then meets a guy and it's their relationship. I'm not too sure about this. I'm excited to give it a shot. My sister liked it, and so it couldn't hurt to try. These are the Palm South University, the first three by Candy Steiner. I think this is just a story of a bunch of Greek college kids.
I have read all those.
Lots of drama, lots of relationships. I've heard great things. Can't wait to try it. Again, it might be a little steamy for me, but we'll see. Then the last three are all going on my Christmas shelf, so they won't be read anytime soon, but come November, December, you bet these are going to be picked up. We've got Mistletoe on Main Street by Libby Miles. This is one I
have read that.
That didn't get to, so I will be reading that this year. All I Want for Christmas by Jenny Hale. Another one
I have read that.
Get to. And then The Mistletoe Secret by Richard Paul Evans. He is one of my favorite writers, and
I have read that.
They're short, they're tiny. I am very excited to read this. I hope I can wait till November.
Okay, you guys. So I have read 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 of the ones that I hauled. That mind boggles me. Like, pat on the back. That is awesome. So I unhauled 5 without reading, and then I've got 4 unread. So my plan was to read some of these, but I need to, I don't know if I don't know. So one of them I remember was a Christmas one. Well, I think, yeah. Let's see what these unreads were, and I might read some. Okay, so here are the 4 that I still own, that I have not read. So Sleigh Bells in the Snow by Sarah Morgan. If You Could Go Anywhere by Paige Toon. The Sister by Louise Jensen. And Holiday in the Hamptons by Sarah Morgan. So this is number 5 in a series that I have only read the first 3. So there's number 4 that I have not read. This one is a Christmas book. Not really in the mood for a Christmas book, but maybe. This one I know I can only read physically, and I'm in the middle of a physical read, and this one is over 400 pages, so yikes. And then this one is also one that I can only get physically, and I'm in the middle of a physical read. So, I don't know which one to read, or do I read any of them? Because I feel really good about that I only have 4 left. Feels really good. So I might just leave this revisit as a success. I don't know. I want to get this video up by Friday. So I will say that I'm just going to leave it as a success. I think that is awesome that I have read or unhauled so many of these, and that these 4 are the only ones left. I think that's great. So, I don't think I'm going to prioritize any of these this week, because I'm in the middle of a physical buddy read, and I think that'll probably take me the majority of the week. And these are all books that I either can only get physically. Well, I think even Sleigh Bells in the Snow I can only get physically, even though it's a Christmas book and I don't really want to read it. Because I could read number 4 in this From Manhattan with Love series, but that doesn't really have any point, because that doesn't get any books off my shelf. So, I think I'm just going to call it a success. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Next time I will definitely, let's make a rule. If there's more than 5 or a certain percentage, what should we do? I feel like I'm going to keep doing this somewhat regularly. I really love this idea. But I'm also not itching to pick up any of the 4 that I actually still have. So I'm going to put these in maybe a try chapter soon. Maybe that's a good idea. I don't know. Let me know. What kind of content do you guys want to see of these 4? Or should I just read them? What do you guys think? Let me know. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.